Take a look around at a group of 5 children over the age of 6. Chances are, one of them will be suffering from childhood obesity. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2009, 17% of children in America are obese. Obesity in children leads to an array of health problems such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and mental problems such as low self-esteem. In this presentation, I will answer the question, what causes childhood obesity? The increase in obesity, both nationwide and regionally, is staggering in the last 10 years. These charts show there is an increase in obese children in various states from 2003 to 2007. You can note, in 2003, the high end of the scale for obese children was 20%, with only 4 states at that level: Kentucky, West Virginia, Washington, D.C., and Rhode Island. In 2007, 20 to 25% of obesity were the low end of the charting, with some states reaching an obesity level of 35.1% or higher. That's over 1 in 3 children. The states with the highest obesity levels in 2007 were Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Kentucky, and West Virginia. In this presentation, I will provide information pertaining to my thesis, which is: research has shown that there are several main factors that contribute to childhood obesity, including genetics, behavior, and home environment. It is through genetics as well as behavior and home environment factors that we are better able to see why some children are more likely to be obese. Genetics. According to a study done by Whitaker in 2004, the occurrence of childhood obesity has shown an increase when the mother of the child is obese prior to the child's birth. Other new studies overseen by Luce and Bouchard in 2008 reference that individuals who inherit the FTO gene are 1.5 times more likely to suffer from obesity than those who do not have it. Behavioral factors also greatly increase the prevalence of obesity in children. The amount of sedentary activity children are involved in contrast with energy consumed, is a factor in obesity in children, as stated by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in 2009. Simply put, if sedentary activity overshadows the amount of energy that is consumed, there will be an increase in body mass index. It is also noted in a 2009 study by Must and Parisi that children who do not get the recommended 9 hours of sleep at night are more likely to be obese. Meal frequency is also a noted behavioral factor that increases a child's risk at obesity. The risk of obesity increases as meal frequency does. Tosk, 2009. Home environment and its role in obesity. Recent studies overseen by Lee and Hooker in 2010 report students whose family fall into a lower income bracket are shown to have a higher risk of obesity. In fact, students eligible for free or reduced breakfast or lunch programs are 0.401 times more likely to be obese. A recent study by Mowens covering various familial factors such as maternal BMI, number of children, family structure, socioeconomic position, life events, and parenting stress showed that children who reside within a family of increased stress are also more likely to be obese. What can be done? Education and parental involvement can eliminate obesity in children already suffering from the epidemic, as well as those currently at healthy weight ranges. Conclusion. Obesity is not triggered by just one thing. When considered the factors of obesity in children, it is important to take genetics, behavior, and home environment into consideration. As stated before, childhood obesity is at an all-time high. This epidemic is costing today's youth their lives. While it is not always possible to determine why each child faces obesity, through research and medical care, we are able to determine 3 main controllable factors which are linked to the prevalence of obesity. The 3 main factors of childhood obesity are genetics, behavior, and home environment. Questions. Number 1. How can I tell if my child is overweight or obese? The best tool to use when determining if a child is obese is to calculate the child's body mass index, or BMI. Your family doctor will be able to provide healthy BMI ranges for your child's weight, height, and age. Number 2. You mentioned lack of sleep as a contributing factor of childhood obesity. How much sleep should my 7-year-old son be getting? According to the National Sleep Foundation, school-aged children 5 to 10 years old require 10 to 11 hours of nightly sleep. Number 3. In your presentation, you stated that increased sedentary activity increased the chance of obesity in children. How much physical activity should my child be getting daily? It is suggested that children have 60 minutes of physical activity daily. While this may sound like a lot, it does not have to be done at once. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention suggests that jump roping, walking to school, hopscotch, and organized sports are all great examples of appropriate physical activity. My name is Ashlee Haggerty with Western Governors University, and this is for course LUT1. Thank you.